So I often talk about how I analyze myself on like every angle, and I think one of the things that drew me, caught my attention to mainstream Christianity, what you're seeing in the Western, theology of marriage and the way these Judeo-Christians are trying to live their lives. When I didn't have a father in my life, until I was 17 years old. He's still not really around, really. But I think was, hey, of all the people I've seen, these people seem to be the happiest with their marriages. And the reality, though, is this. Not just happy, but it's the most successful. It seemed like they were not divorcing as much, and the mothers and fathers were around their children more than most people. And they did the whole homeschooling thing, which is kind of cool, sort of around their children, not depending upon the welfare system of public schooling, going to private schooling, using that as a daycare instead of raising and educating their own children. So the more I looked at it, though, the reality is this: I am getting kicked out of the church. They didn't do it the Christian Matthew 18 way. They just kind of stop talking to you, complain about you, and just kind of keep you out of the church stuff. So I think one thing that I noticed, though, is that the divorce is still the same within the church. Even the pastors, every single church I've ever gone to, their wives are not sexy. They're not into being beautiful. Oh, but that's in the Bible. It kind of is in the Bible. They got to be modest, shamefaced, and all that bullshit. But the reality is this: they're also sick. I haven't been sick since 2012. That's a big thing for me, So I know the situation with regard to my children and the women I've been with, and my relationships are big into that whole thing in the racist world of, I think it's monogamy, they call it. Is that well, all right. I know I'm happier just being free and everybody else being free, and it's working together for good. I really, really feel it. Children have to be with their mother and father at all times. Period. That's all there is to it. And we got a ways to go in this country to get that. But okay, so these pastors were a disaster. Okay, I eventually accepted that. Okay, they're getting sick all the time, 2-3 times a year. You should never be. I know you want to fight. That you're going to get sick. Your liberals and conservatives say, well, okay, it's infections out there. I know I'm not wearing a diaper on my face, and I guess it's against the law to be wearing a diaper on your face on the beach, but not in the water. Obviously, we're too cool with that. So if you get infected, automatically you're going to get. If you get the infection around you, you're automatically going to get sick. This is how it is. No, you are responsible for your own body. That's why I never get sick. I just know how God created me. Christ lives in me, therefore, no virus or infections allowed to live in you. And that's also with heavy metals, and that's an issue I've been dealing with. But I'm 23 years into this neurological diseases stuff. I'm healthier than anybody you're ever going to meet. Richer, wealthier. All wealth, abundance is right here with me. So, all right, these fathers were supposed to be the provider. I like that idea because I could control everything, the money. And it's a good thing. You can control the woman. You kind of feel like that. That's a reality. The guy's always like that. But you know what? It's about the woman being complete, the man being complete. You don't need no man. I don't need no woman to be complete. I'll say this, though. Sexually, yeah, what's up? You got to work together. And the children need to see mommy and daddy happy together. You know what? I'm just going to go sit down right here. I sit down by this rock right here. I clean out this, I don't know. This is not sargassum. It's a different kind of seaweed. Usually I just tan right here. I'm going to go sit down right here. Oh, anyway. Isn't that cool? So, how could this possibly happen to me? three different women. It's everywhere in America. 100% of men are being attacked with regard to their children. People are using children against each other. That's both sides. Wow, look how close we are to war. So I know though that God is using me even better than a situation with regard to my neurological stuff, that I am the cure for this. There's no excuse for children to be just tortured the way they are. I always thought maybe, okay, family and children services, that's what they are. They're going to be for families and children. This whole thing is a disaster. Straight up disaster. They are torturing children. I've been through, I talked to the, director's offices of Georgia, Ohio, Tennessee, of course, recently. They're going to obey me, that my children are to be with me. That's the safe, happy place. Talk about money. There's no excuse for this. I mean, where I am, oh my God, many, many, many lifetimes over, our children have enough. And I've seen it. They've gone. The mothers of my children went to the government to get money because they were financially. I mean, they had opportunities. I mean, of course, I'm the drug addict, the drug dealer. It's public record in the lawsuits. Pedophile, rapist, abuser, PayPal fraudster, Social Security fraudster. Let's talk about how maybe I'm faking my disease, eye disease and multiple sclerosis and stuff. Anyway, yeah, I've dealt with family and children's services. They're not your friend. They're a bunch of drug addicts. They really are. I've had whistleblower come to me. That stuff shouldn't be happening, y'all. The whistleblower even told me, nobody comes to these places, men or women, unless they're drug addicts. People are going in the numbers that show that people are. And in Florida, they're big into that. Yeah, and they try to get the whole testing before you get the money, and now they're requiring people to kind of pay it back by volunteering. But I guess according to the woman that came to me in Columbus, out of Columbus, I verified that she was an employee. And yeah, you don't go. They don't go to one to get drugs. I have zero tolerance for drugs. Zero. So it's all right. You can do your weed, kind of. I promise you, anybody doing weed, they're committing other crimes too. So I didn't think that I love talking about this. I didn't think that I would. This is not me. I didn't get involved with family and children's service. I didn't need that. I didn't need police. It's really a BDSM thing for these people. It's a fetish for them to run around and hide. They like the whole kidnapping thing and live in the world of hiding. It's everywhere in America. 100%. People just don't want to be, for some reason, responsible for their children. What? Here you got a man. I'm dedicated financially to my children and affectionately to nurture our children. Oh my God. I love our baby. The whole thing too, they're giving money, they call it start for, I don't know, good start, or healthy start, I think it's a big initiative that they got going on. You shouldn't they give cash out to people. They're getting in drugs. According to the whistleblower, they're just going for drugs, all right? The first year, you don't need any cash for the child. Baby's nursing. Any, onesies baby's gonna need, diapers. Oh my God, you get overloaded with clothes and diapers at the baby shower. Not just that, it's just, what do you need for your baby in terms of cash? You don't. So I've talked to, thinking that family and children's services would be for children, but they're going to have to be in my way, okay? Which is calmness, gentleness, happiness, looking at evidence. No drugs, no drogas. I'm out here in Puerto Rico, no drogas. It's crazy you would even think that. These pelicans are really cool. So, hey, you know what? I did sign up for this, though. I get it. As a father, I receive this. You've got to accept it and receive it. And it's an opportunity. So not only has God perfected